Okay, today I'm going to do all of the even ones, and then you guys will have to do all the odd ones, okay? So, multiplying integers is simply multiplying. Okay, there are some fractions on here, some decimals. So, please use your calculator so you are doing the negatives right. Some of you guys won't need it, but some of you guys will. So, 3 times negative 8 is going to give you just negative 24. Okay, 4. And it's the same as 2, but there's different ways people write multiplication. So there's a way with the general time symbol, looks like an X, and then parentheses that are right next to each other. So be aware of that. And then people also use a dot in between. So 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Okay, 4 times negative 10 is just negative 40. Okay, number 8. You can do these in chunks. You can, if you're using your calculator, you can just type it all in at once. If you are doing it on your calculator, please make sure that you are using that plus minus button. So negative 7 times negative 8 is negative 56. Okay, and then we still got to carry this part down. So times negative 6 is going to be positive 336. Okay, and this is what I was talking about. Here's another notation. It's just a dot in between. So 10 times negative 7. And please feel free to use your calculator, and you can write it all at once or do it in pieces. 10 times negative 7 is going to be negative 70 times negative 2 is going to be positive 140. Okay, I'm actually going to do 11 rather than 12. So, there are 2 ways to do this. Because one's a whole number and one's a fraction, I would just get in the habit of converting that one. But you can say, and I'm going to do it both ways, okay? So you can say negative 2, and any number can be written as a fraction, and it can be turned into an improper fraction or just a straight up fraction. So you could rewrite this one as 2 over 1 times negative 7 over 9. Or you could say, well, I need 9s, and so to convert that would be 2 times that, so it would still be 9 on the bottom, but it would be an 18 on the top. 18 divided by 9 is still negative 2, okay? So either one would work. Negative 7 over 9. Okay, when we multiply fractions, you just multiply the bottoms and the tops together. So, and the minuses, okay, those don't really matter. It doesn't matter if you put it like where this 18 over 9 is and the 7 over 9. It doesn't matter if it's on the outside, if it's on the top, or if it's on the bottom. With fractions, it all means the same thing. So, the problem was given, and it was kind of out here just directly off that fraction bar off to the side. When I wrote it, I kind of wrote it with the top. Same thing over here. It doesn't matter. I could write it with the bottom. But make sure that when you multiply, obviously a negative times a negative is going to be a positive. So just put them in the right. Only have one if you're only supposed to have one. Okay, so we could just multiply the top. So negative 2 times negative 7 is going to be positive 14. Okay, and 1 times 9 is 9. Or, on the flip side, if you did this one, okay, negative 18 times negative 7 is 126 over 9 times 9 is 81. Okay, and how you could tell if they're equal, okay, you could say 14 divided by 9, and on my calculator I got 1.55, okay, 126 divided by 81, I also got 1.55. So these are equivalent fractions, however, they're just on a different scale, okay? So it doesn't matter if you want to convert it or you just want to multiply them by 2 over 1, that's totally legit, okay? They're both the same thing. Okay, if we look at 14, we have a mixed fraction, so we need to convert that first, okay? We have a mixed fraction and an improper fraction, so convert the mixed fraction first. Do not use the minus symbol, okay? You convert this part by itself and then throw the minus out. So I can go ahead and write the minus out first without even doing anything else. So 2 times 10 plus 9. 2 times 10 is 20 plus 9 is going to give you 29 over, and we keep the bottom the same, so 10. Okay, and for this other one, I still got 3 over 2. Okay, so we're going to multiply the tops, and I can already tell it's going to be a negative times a negative, so my answer should be positive. Okay, so it's just 29 times 3 is 87 over 10 times 2 is 20. And you can leave your fraction just like this. It doesn't need to be in simplest form. So don't try to make it smaller or write me a decimal. Or some of you guys keep writing me a whole number, and there's no way you multiplied, added, subtracted, and everything with a whole number without converting, and just writing me a whole number for an answer without doing any work. There's no way possible. Okay, so as a teacher, I look at that like you either just wrote me some crap down, or you used some kind of photo math or something, okay, and cheated. Especially if you got it wrong, okay? Your answer should always be a regular fraction or an improper fraction. It should not be a mixed number, and it should not be a decimal. Okay? 16. 16 says negative 5 times negative 8.37, or negative 5.4 times 8.37. Okay, it's a negative times a negative, so I know my answer should be positive. Okay, and when I did that on my calculator, I got 45.198. Okay. Okay, so it says Sophia is having a pizza party. Each pizza is cut into eighths. So what that means is if we have a pizza, okay, you guys know, and pizzas are always cut into slices. Okay, there's 2, there's 4. I think I did it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that pizza's cut into eighths. That means that there's 8 slices of pizza for whatever size pizza they got, okay? There are 10 kids at the party. How many pizzas should Sophia's mom order so that each child is be able to have their 3/8 of a pizza? So what that's saying is each kid eats 3 sections of the 8 slices of pizza, okay? So we know that each kid eats 3/8 of a pizza, and we also know that we have 10 kids. Okay, and this is just like the multiplication above, so you can think of it multiple ways, and you can even write this 10 over 1. Okay, so you'd have 30 on top, 3 times 10 is 30, over 8. Okay, and you actually need to see what that is in decimal form, so 30 over 8 is 3.75. Okay, so 10 kids would eat 3.75 pizzas. So, how many pizzas should Sophia's mom have to order? Okay, can you order 0.75 of a pizza? Okay, no, you can't. The pizza place would be like, what the hell are you talking about? Okay, so you have to order whole pizzas. So, should she order 3 pizzas or 4 pizzas? Okay, because our answer is 3.75. And we need to make sure that each kid can have their 3/8 of a pizza. Okay, so could you order 3? You couldn't, because then somebody's going to get gypped, okay? So she needs to order 4 pizzas. Okay? She has to order 4 pizzas, so that way all of the 10 kids, and she's going to have some pizza left over, which is totally fine. But that way each of the kids gets their 3/8 of a pizza. Okay? The next one says, Jose makes $7.25 an hour at his job. If he works 28 hours this week, how much will his check be before taxes? Okay, that means their gross pay. So without nothing, they just want to straight up know how much should he make. So we could say he makes $7.25 an hour. Okay, and he works 28 hours. So it's just going to be multiplied by 28. Okay, so it would be 203, and that's before taxes. So for those of you guys that don't have a job, you don't actually make that. You make